I'm living a life like everybody else is. Got bills just like everybody else do. Got issues just like everybody else do because of the bills, which causes stress. Stress can cause different disorders, imbalances, chemical imbalances in your brain. People can look at you and judge you differently for the certain decisions you made in your life up to this point now. But you can't blame them for it, to be honest with you, because if somebody told me some things about them, I might look at them differently, depending on what it is and depending upon how long and how repetitive that action is. But I feel like I want to do a social experiment, and I hope a lot of people tune in to this live. If not, that's fine. That's fine. I'll delete it. Just that simple. But I really do. I really want people to participate. I know I'm probably gonna have trolls. People pop up. I might not have nobody pop up. Nobody pops up. Like I said, I delete the shit. But I really, honestly, truly want to know what's the meaning of life to you. Hopefully, no bot accounts will pop up or accounts that's just trolling. The real answers. Real people going through real issues in a real time. Just curious to know what life means to certain people. I don't even care how I look anymore to y'all. I don't give a fuck. What does life mean to you? What's the meaning of life? Alright. I just want to know. I'm just coming from a sickness. I had allergies, head hurt, all that. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It really made me look at life differently. I had time to sit down, or it really forced me to sit down, because I felt like I couldn't talk to nobody. I felt like I didn't want to get nobody sick, so I didn't want to be around nobody. You know what I mean? So I had time to think. And I felt like this question, to me, was a question I felt like I should ask my subscribers. The little 6,500 people that I got. And shout out to us making it to 6,500. Thank y'all. And I'm not going to lie. That last live I did about Rob Markman and him being professional, I see why he's professional. It's a spiritual war. Spiritual war. So I get that, man. You don't want to be caught in dealing with the physical so much. So Rob Markman, I appreciate that. Just with how you handled that whole Drake shit. It showed me a lot more than just you handling the situation with a superstar or someone who people call an icon. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest artists. It showed that you have to stay calm. You can't just go around and holler and scream and think that you're going to get changed. That's not how change works. You have to stay calm. You don't want everybody to know how you feeling or what you're doing. He might have got right off that camera and said, fuck that nigga. But I'm getting away from the point. What's life meaning to you? If you watching this live right now, shout out to the 27 people who just tapped in. If you watching this live right now, that's all I want to know. What does life mean to you? What's up? What's going on, Scott 1007? What's going on, man? Could you give me a paragraph, even a sentence? It doesn't matter if you got to give me multiple points. What does life mean to you, man? If you're watching this right now, you looking at my face from a phone, from a device, whether it be a tablet, computer, phone, TV, or whatever. What does life mean to you? Now, I don't know why the numbers jump up and down so much on YouTube for my lives, but I'm glad they do. I'm glad I even have a moment for you to see that somebody's actually wanting to ask you something that's meaningful, just to make you think. I get a lot of topics that I could talk about all the time from people who do stupid stuff. All the time. So, oh, we got 24 people in the building, man. Shout out to 24 people in the building. Jalen, what's up? Speedy, what's up? Steve Banno, what's up? What's the meaning of life to you, man? What's life meaning to you? What's the meaning of life? Shout out to the 27 people who was in here, and shout out to the 24 people who was just in here. What's the meaning of life to you? Like, what does life mean to you? Mickey Mouse is my favorite. Okay, cool. Yep, we got a troll. Mickey Mouse is my favorite blackface character. I guess if your meaning of life is to type trolly shit on the internet, then hey, it is what it is, man. But I really do want to know what do people think about their life. I can get on here all the time and talk shit and try to go viral. That ain't gonna do nothing. At least not for me. It'll be entertaining for y'all. I don't get shit out of it. I don't get nothing out of this shit for real. Only thing I get is a couple dollars. That's it. I really be wanting y'all to think. Now, if you want me to turn on the nigga version of myself to make you think I can do that too, which is what I'm always gonna do. But I would like the first 10, 15 minutes for you to understand, overstand, omnistand, inner and outer stand what I'm trying to prove, what I'm trying to make you do. I want you to evoke emotion. What is life's meaning to you? What does life mean to you? What's the meaning of life? And those kind of are three different questions, but it's kind of the same question. Like, what does life mean to you? What's the meaning of life? And what does life mean? Somewhat different questions, but the same, kind of the same, right? Same, but different, right? Same, but different. Security, what's up? Hey, Baby Grizz, I ain't hear nothing from you, man, about that Studio Connect, bro. You gotta hit me up on Instagram, or you gotta email me, man. I can't force you to email me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta email me, man, if you really got the connections. Let me know. I'm trying to get connected, man. I don't mean no harm. I ain't trying to force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do, right? I really want people to be attracted to me, business-wise, friendship-wise, relationship-wise, when it comes to females. I kind of don't want to force it. I just kind of want it to happen. However, I do want to show assertion and maybe show a little bit of interest in it. You get me? But I don't. If it ain't for me, it ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? But we see you. Got you. Who's we? Baby Grizz, I want to ask you a question. You've been on my live. You've been watching my content for at least I know a year and a half. You told me you got connections. Told me you can help people out. All that shit, right? Baby Grizz, whoever you are, because you might be a burner account of somebody I don't know. You might be a producer, somebody who I need to meet. But before any of that happens, I really want to know, what's the meaning of life to you? My boy Sakiri said the meaning of life is to please Allah. Good answer. What is the meaning of life to you, man? That's what I want to know about people. I'm so glad you commented, bro. I'm so glad you're here. What's the meaning of life to you, man? What does life mean to you? What is life's meaning? Different questions, but it's kind of the same, right? So however you want to, whichever one you want to answer. Right? It'll all be information that we all need. It'll all be something we can grab onto virtually. Nah, Bolo, I'm real. The meaning of life is love. Live is God. I like that. I like that. I like that. Security. Oh, you want me to answer? The meaning of life to me is to become self-sufficient. That's me. I want to become completely self-sufficient. That's the only way you can help people. What do I think about Raja trying to kill that man? I'm not talking about no trending topics right now. I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want to come off as ugly, but I don't want to talk about no trending topics right now. I don't want to talk about nothing that's in the news media. I want you to answer the question, what is life's meaning to you? What is the meaning of life to you? This is what I'm going to turn into a nigga for a little bit. Fuck trending topics right now. I talk about that shit enough. I talk about it enough. What's the meaning of life to you? Never become the thing you despise. It's also a good one. Now that'll be hard, right? Because let's say I want to build a self-sufficient community, correct? I start accepting people. It grows from 5 to 10 to 25 to 50 to 100. And now I have this list of names. And now I have to act as a somewhat of a government official. People here, we need this, we need that. That gives you power. That gives you power. So people never really truly see, people want to be in a position of power, but people don't want to accept that power itself can corrupt you. So you have to distribute that power. You have to, once you see that you're getting a little too much power, you kind of got to be like, all right, let me give it to somebody who you know what I mean? What's going to happen when you die? You never die. That's the trick. That's the trick. You never die, dog. You can't kill energy. This is just a flesh. This is just flesh, dog. You never die. No. You never die. Energy cannot be destroyed. Flesh can be burned, through into an acid bath. It can be skinned off. It can be eviscerated. You can fall into a lava pit. It continues to be a soul. That's why you should be a good person. Because once you can't take anything with you that's in the physical form. I'm going to ask you to do something real quick. Security, I'm going to ask you to do something. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know that you can scream without making a sound? Hunting with Eamon, thank you for the sub. But I'm not looking for subs. I appreciate it. The TV died, that's the body. But it still got electricity, that's the soul. When people try to separate God and science, it's really God. Science teaches you that God is a lot closer to you than what you think. They try to separate God and science because they know that science will take you to God. So they'd be like, oh, science is going against God. No. Security, I want you to look up something called natural constants. You ever heard of natural constants? Natural constants are reoccurring numbers in nature that scientists prove exist, but they don't know why. I'm going to say that one more time for the nigga in the back. Scientists have a list of numbers that are called natural constants that is proven to exist, but they don't know why they exist. If that doesn't sound like God to you, then I don't know what else to tell you. That right there is some biblical shit. That right there is some spiritual shit. And I'm pretty sure you could look up natural constants in different countries that people can't explain why it happens specifically there. Because natural constants, now that I'm just gonna take that and apply it to everybody, there's probably a natural constant that only happens in China, that only happens here, that only happens there, that only happens in the US. But guess what? We know it happens and we don't know why. That in itself should show you that there are things here that we can even comprehend, see, touch, feel, and we still don't fucking know why it's here. Period. Type in natural constants. There's a whole list. There's a list of numbers. I'm not saying you don't believe in God. Stop. I just want you to think about how much more you should. Water is from God. If you had ingredient, water is older than the earth that we live on. Water is older than the earth that we live on. Listen, I only try to get my opinions from factual information. I don't know that. Thank you, exactly. Totally agree with that. What I want you to understand, though, is that the things that you see, Zakiri, never will supersede the things that you don't see. Now we're starting to get to a couple of the points of meaning of life. This is the conversation I wanted to have. Healthy discussions. I don't want to fucking disagree about people. I don't want to talk about a motherfucker who's slamming somebody wrestling. I don't want to talk about a fake Tupac chain. That's stupid. Don't get me wrong. I might talk about that shit tomorrow. But guess what? I'm not gonna escape this. I thought about deleting my YouTube until I said, you know what? I have actual people on here that I could probably make them think, evoke emotion. I want some answers. I want some fucking answers. Serious. Not just from me. I want y'all to challenge me, just like how y'all doing. I just like exactly how y'all doing. And a lot of this shit ain't even challenges because it sound like we agreeing, but we're coming from different perspectives to come to a common ground. It's called breaking barriers. It's called breaking barriers. I'm pretty sure each and every one of us ate a little differently, got treated a little differently from my mom, got treated a little differently from my dad. We have different perspectives of what an uncle is. We have different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? I'm just family, culture. But you have, once you get up to a certain age, you have to start to challenge those things. For the good, for the better. Not to challenge them to be, because I'm not going to lie, I see myself as a radical. I don't believe in the fucking Democrat, Republican, or liberal, or none of that shit. I see myself as a radical. But a radical that, see, when someone says radical, to me, it's just that you don't agree with most perspectives that a lot of other people agree with. And I truly feel like I'm one of those people. If I wake up and don't agree with myself every fucking day, that's some radical shit. I don't even, I'm going to agree with this wholeheartedly every time, right? Because I believe I'm truly humble unto God, right? Thug, right? Thug. I'm a thug, nigga. But no, truly humble unto God. Because God is everywhere. You have no choice but to be under a motherfucker who done created all this shit. Whether you think God is a particle, God is a woman, God is a man, God is Buddha, God is whoever, whatever name you want to put it on, you under that. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that once you get that your life isn't about you, you will live much better. That's another thing. Life, what the meaning of life to me is to be selfless too. If I have information, I need to pass it on. If I'm looking at you, right, and I see a human, I see a person. I'm looking at you as a human, yeah. But we are a walking, living, breathing, technological experiment that has to advance every day. If I find out some information about something that could advance our technology, advance your knowledge, knowledge is a technology, then I need to tell you that so we can advance as a human race, so we can continue to live longer, live better, have more meaning to life. You are a walking, living, breathing technological experiment. Because God made it that way. There's even shit about you that scientists don't know, but they know exists. For instance, sleep. They don't know why we sleep. They just know we sleep, nigga. They still doing studies to this day. They don't know why we have to sleep. They have good guesses, educated guesses, but you can look up right now. Scientists technically do not have a reason on why we sleep. They just know we need sleep to recharge, but they don't know why that happens. The reason why that's a question is because you ever heard the phrase, sleep is the cousin of death? It's like you're dying on purpose to resurrect again. That's God, nigga. Above, I'm gonna just call you 1385. How you doing? 1385. What's the meaning of life to you? To me, it's being selfless, seeking knowledge to advance human technology. Because you are a walking, living, breathing technological experiment. You got a lot of shit in you that you probably didn't know you had in you, that you have to continue to advance. It's your responsibility to do. It's your responsibility to do so. Excuse me, I got a little tongue tied because my thoughts sometimes beat my tongue. Sometimes my thoughts come before my tongue comes. Right? Sometimes my thoughts come before my tongue can even formulate a sentence. So I might stutter or have a bit of, it might sound like I have a bit of issues with speech. I don't have a speech impediment. I'm not illiterate. It's my literal thoughts are coming a shit ton faster than how my tongue could even. If my tongue could, if all my thoughts came out at the same time that my tongue could like push this vibrational technology that we're using that we call talking, but your tongue is a muscle that's creating a vibration in order for you to make sounds through the air, which is a frequency. It's a technology. It's technology. Anyway, 1385. What is the meaning of life for you? Thank you, Security. I appreciate you. I do. Not only do I want to get it out, I want to get it into other people, but I have to make sure it's positive. I have to be very careful on what I'm putting into people, or even what I'm trying to put in myself to put into people. If anything, I want to be a filter. I don't mind being a filter. Taking a little bit of dirt with me. I know how to digest that shit. Redistribute that shit to go where it needs to go. Some shit need to go in the ground. Everything don't need to be taught to you. Some shit need to be thrown and go to the ground so it can become fertilizer for something else to grow from it. To me, there's a such thing as useless information. A lot of people don't think that there is no such thing as useless information. Oh, but goddamn it, there is. Information that you don't need at the time, or information that you just don't need at all, because it's not going to help you on your path. There is a such thing as useless information. Why do you think there's the phrase false idols? False idols have information. Sound good, don't it? But the way that they're filtering the information is to manipulate you. Because you can also be misinformed with the right information. You can be misinformed with the right information. So you have to be very careful on how you're using your technology. Let me look up a word real quick. opposite of advance, which the word I'm going to use is called regress. I don't want to give regressive information. I don't want to give regressive information. I want to give you advancing information. For myself, living a simple life. Allah is the one and want to please Him. That's all for. Totally get that. I'm telling you right now, Allah will want you. I'm going to tell you this, and this is a scary, scary statement and a harsh reality. The reason why you believe what you believe in because somebody died for it. If you're living a simple life, Allah will be pleased. But it's just going to be that simple. I disagree completely with people who have Suey bombers and all of that shit. However, their belief is very strong. I would like some of that same passion up under my ass as well. I don't want to go around and sacrifice myself for something because you have to be here in order to create change. You have to be here in order to create change. That's just what it is. But Allah will want you to go a little harder. Your life should not be simple. I will challenge that. A simple life is not the life that any religious or spiritual being that is of higher knowledge will want you to live. Why do you ask? Living a simple life? Why? You're not changing anything. You're not changing anything. You have to change shit. Yes, you can be an example, you can pray, and you cannot do nothing to anyone, and all of this. Challenge yourself. You have to ask yourself that. If I made you think about even asking that question, then you know that there's something there positive. I'm not trying to challenge you because I just want to make content. I am genuinely telling you, if you don't have enemies, you're not doing something right. A simple life is not what Allah wanted for you. It's not what God wants for me. He doesn't want to have a simple life. Once you get what you need, you're only going to want more. So you have to challenge yourself to find balance every day. And yet you have to know that you have to challenge yourself to be able to want more. It's like you want more, but you want more, just enough more. But you have to challenge people's minds. If you're living a simple life right now, if you're living good, you got water, you got food, you got shelter, you got a family. Well, guess what else you got to do? You got to go tell other people how to do that. Fellowship. Spreading the word. But don't force feed it. Don't force feed it. Only talk to those who want to listen. Only talk to those who have an open ear and an open heart. That's it. But I'm not saying go out and create enemies. I'm letting you know now, people, it ain't gonna be long before you got them, and they're probably not going to be people that are want to kill you or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you do have to know that if you truly are on the path of greatness, you're going to create those people, because there's people on the exact opposite side of what you believe in, and they're living a good life too. Simple life just like you. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. Because exactly. My thing, but this is my point. Once you get to a point where you are taking care of your family and not learning how to take care of your family, your responsibility is to advance the technology and go tell somebody how to do it. If you're still learning how to take care of your family, then I would suggest you to continue to do that. But once you master that skill, your responsibility is to go tell somebody else how to do it. That's it. Nothing special. I'm telling you now. When you go around telling people how to take care of their family, you're gonna create some people who ain't gonna like that shit. I'm telling you. You ain't even gotta look for them. They just gonna pop up. They just gonna pop up. You can have the most purest good intentions that you've ever had. And people are gonna have pure good intentions in their mind on the exact opposite side. You make time. Time is just a concept. Time is a concept. When you were a child, Zakiri, when you were a child, did you ever once truly look at the calendar and give a fuck about the calendar? I want you to think truly, when you were a child, unless you're a child now, when you were a child, did you ever give a fuck about looking at the calendar? The only time you looked at the calendar maybe is when you wanted to celebrate your birthday or something. Right? Right? That's about the only time I looked at the goddamn calendar is when my birthday coming up so I can get some presents. I can get some cake, shit like that. Fact or fiction? Oh, true? Okay, bet. So you agree with me there. We were taught time. We were taught time. The higher beings that we believe in live in a certain plane of existence because they don't give a fuck about time. That's facts. That's facts. You can't give a fuck about time because you ain't even living in mine. You ain't even living in my time. Time is not limited. You are limiting yourself with your own reality. Your words construct your reality. I'm telling you now, tomorrow I am going to be very careful with my words. I am not trying to say things that I don't want to happen. It's going to be very hard for me because I have been depressed. I have come from a family where I heard a lot of curse words, a lot of arguing, drinking, and smoking, and all of that shit. But guess what? I want to change. And it's going to start tomorrow. It look like it's starting right now. I'm tired. Before I got on this live, I swear to God, I said I'm tired. I'm tired. What am I doing wrong? Show me what I'm doing wrong. Show me. I said it's going to start tomorrow because when the sun rises, so does your spirit. When the sun rises, so does your fucking spirit. That's all. You know what I'm saying? All of these. I write poetry. I do music. I might even continue to do music. Continue to write poetry. But it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different. Slowly but surely, it's gonna be a little different. Because I'm tired. That's it. I want to challenge people's minds. I mean, I do that already. When you hear my bars, I kind of do that already. You have fun with it, you catch it later and all that. I do that already. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't already try to do it. But now I want to do it on a deeper level. I do. I don't even want to be famous about this shit. Hopefully I can get some cash from it. I'm going to try to actually get back and help people. I don't, that shit don't mean nothing. When people say money doesn't mean anything, I met somebody at a bar one night. He said, they had a conversation, we were talking. He was like, hey man, so what do you do? At the time I was working, I think like a CBD shop, or I was working somewhere. I forgot, because I don't even like jobs like that. So I was working, and I was like, I work here, I work, you know what I'm saying? And he said, hey man, I'm gonna tell you something, because you sound like you got a good spirit. He said, for about he said for about 7 years I made 6 figures, and then one out of those 7 years, it was 2 years where he made 7 figures. Right? He said the years I made 7 figures was some of the worst times in my life financially. He said, no, I could afford anything. Could buy anything I wanted. Good credit, everything. But he said that temptation, that power was so powerful that I spent it all. And I only had a couple of thousand left over after making 7 figures. He said I had a much better life when I went from $220,000 on average per year to making $60,000 a year. So my life is much more simple now. My bills ain't as high. I'm not as stressed out. Cost of living is low maintenance. It's not about the cash. It's not about the currency. It's about how you deal with your life. Then you are going to get $1 million. And guess what you're going to do with it? Nothing. You're not going to do nothing with it for real. Because you like, it don't even really mean nothing. I mean, I got it. But it doesn't mean much of anything. Now, does it help you get resources that you can use to further your spiritual journey, to cleanse your mental, and to keep your physical flesh healthy as possible in order to create change in this world? Yeah, of course. It's good to have, but it's not good to need it. It's good to want that, but it's not good to need that. Once cash, currency, Federal Reserve note, or whatever form, or whatever that word that may be in other countries, that's that paper currency thing, that Federal Reserve note in different countries, whatever their name is for, pound, yen, whatever, naira. Once you need it, and it's not a want, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Your world has been flipped upside down, inside out. Security. Virtual fist bump. But it makes you forget the most important thing. What is the meaning of life? I'm going to pin that. It makes you forget the most important thing. What is the fucking meaning to life? I think I'm getting somewhere. I think I might be getting somewhere. I think I just might be getting somewhere. One thing my mama told me about religion is that she said, Trey, it's all the same. Not that looks the same, or that speech is the same, or that the languages are the same, but the intent behind religion is the same. We have a lot of people, before I say this, we have a lot of people who are false idols that we are tricked into listening to. You're only human. So somebody who looks good, smell good, sound good, gonna be good. Probably ain't good, right? But religion is supposed to help you build your spiritual body. Again, you have a lot of people who are out here who will make you look at them, but they're really false idols. I'm not saying make yourself your idol, because that's going to fuck you up even more. I'm saying know that you have to idolize the greater good, because that isn't a God. You can idolize random acts of kindness, because that's not a God. You can idolize helping people who are on a low, you know what I'm saying, like on a lower vibrational scale than you that wants to be helped. That's not a God. The God is a jealous God once you idolize another God. That don't mean you can't idolize good actions. Whatever you get what I'm saying? Let me look up something real quick. The old French idole, from Latin idolum, meaning image or form, used in ecclesiastical Latin in the sense idol. It's also Greek. So Old French, Latin, and Greek originated. Hold on, let me see. A Greek word for image, used in Jewish and early Christian writers for image of a false god. Hence, also false god. The Germanic languages generally begin with the word for God, prefixes to indicate false god, literally off God. Hence, image of a false god. The older Greek sense sometimes have been used in English. The figurative sense of something idolized by 1560s in Middle English, the figurative sense was someone who is false or untrustworthy. The meaning, a person regarded with the reverence due to a deity, human object, or adoring devotion. So this word idol has been used since the 1500s. 1600s, said 1590, late 1500s, 1600s. The way that they're using it, I kind of don't agree with. Because they're automatically, like, I don't like when people try, because there's a duality in this whole thing. When idol is automatically put in the Germanic language and all this, it's like false god, false idol. I don't agree with that. I don't. What I do agree with is that you can take the word idol and you can idolize something which is an image. So if you can imagine good intentions, you're idolizing that. So that's contradicting in itself. I don't even know. I'm glad I looked that up. If you have good intentions, how the fuck are you idolizing something that's false? They put negative connotation on that deliberately, I felt like. Because you can have a false idol, but then you can also have a true idol. Like, what are we talking about? So I disagree with how they tried to spin that. However, that's kind of when you say idol, people either think about American Idol, or people think about like superstars, or like stars, like icons, as idolizing, or religiously. So I believe as long as you don't idolize another god or make something god-like in this world, I believe you'll be fine. I'm working on that. For me, I just want to challenge and evoke people's emotions to try and see what we all thinking as a human race. It's hard out here, man. It's hard out here, but it's supposed to be. Only the strong will survive. It's still, if you don't think you're living in an animalistic kingdom built by some crazy psychopathic people who need help and some medicine and maybe a joint or two and some head or something, then you got another thing coming. I challenge you to not live a simple life, but live the life of someone who challenges themselves in order to challenge others. It only helps you grow. It only helps you grow. You think a tree became a tree just out of nowhere? No, it was a seed. Then it went through storms. Probably got sick. Had to fight off sickness. Plants get sick too. I'm just saying. So I'm going to end the live here. Stay blessed, man. And I'm so glad that people told me what life meant to them. Do we got some more people? I might not want to leave. We got more people coming in. Anybody else want to tell me what the meaning of life is before I cut it off? I'll give it an hour. I'll give it another 15 minutes. I'll give it another 15 minutes. If anybody wants to tell me. About 5 to 10 minutes. Let me see. See if anybody else comments. Let me get my shout outs, man. Shout out to Scott1007. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Woo Woo's Steve Benno. Shout out to Security. Shout out to my nigga baby Grizz in the building. Been with me for a while. Shout out to Monaget. Shout out to Hunting with Eamon. Anybody else? That's it. Shout out to 1385. Anybody else? Let's see other people. Okay. Let's see if other people come in first. Nobody else might not come in. Nobody else might not come in. Let's see if other people can come in. Let's give it a chance. Let's see. Let's give it a whirl and twirl, why don't we? Let's give it a whirl and a twirl. Again, man, this is not like, I'm not a religious channel. You know, I just sometimes want to challenge my subscribers' thought process. And I want to know more about y'all, what y'all thinking. Like, what the fuck is really going on in the world? You know? You never know, man. You never know what you would say to somebody to make them think differently. You know what I'm saying? So that's all, man. That's it. Age of 33. Month of August. It is, man. The world is crazy, bro. And it makes us all feel like we're crazy. We're not, though. I'm not going to continue to even act like that. All of these psychological traps and trauma triggers and all these words and labels that people are using, it's like, it's confusing us. It's confusing us. What we see in Palestine is outrageous. Listen, man, I'm gonna be careful when saying this, but let me say this. Here in America alone, American Indians, Native Americans, certain tribes of people have had land taken away from them, kids raped, pillaged, records burned, names changed, which is why they raped, so they could like put their bloodline and interrupt ours. They kind of backfired because once you fuck somebody from another race, now you're mixed, but now that's going to dominate, especially if they were white. That's just eugenics, right? I guarantee you, most of those people who are suffering over there, some of them look like me. I don't have any political opinions or views when it comes to Palestine, whether it's, you know, is it Israel? Or going with Palestine, right? What I will say is I can identify with the certain struggles when it comes to certain things that happen across the world. That's what I will say. I can't identify with it. I could definitely identify with that shit. Because it's just real shit going on. There's some shit going on in Kenya right now. Some shit going on in Kenya. Right now. So it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot of shit going on right now. That if you speak on it, it's I don't know why they're trying to cancel. It's too. How could you try to cancel somebody when if somebody talks about the struggle over here in America, you don't cancel them? It doesn't make any sense. So I just don't see why they even on that shit. To be totally honest. If people are getting suppressed, oppressed, and messages are getting deleted or pushed down, or that video's barely getting views, that should answer y'all are answering people's questions without even answering the question. Not one politician got to come out and say nothing. You answering the questions with that. CJ Boss, what it do, man? Hey, would love to know your answer. Or what's the meaning of life to you, bro? What's the meaning of life to you, CJ Boss? I'm not talking about no trending topics, none of that shit. Fuck that. What's the meaning of life to you, bro? I want to evoke emotion. I want to challenge that as well, positively. And I'm not really even talking. When I say the word challenge, it's to gain knowledge. Because when you go to school, they're challenging what you already know or what you already don't know. So if you taking the word challenge and think I'm trying to beat you with something, I'm not. I'm actually wanting to elevate you, or at least change your perspective on something to think about elevating, at least. You know? But what's the meaning of life to you, man? Or what does life mean to you? Or does life have meaning to you? You know what I mean? Keeping your parents happy, providing for your spouse, and trying to get the best opportunities for your children to not struggle like we did. Sounds pretty good to me, man. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good, man. Because, believe it or not, that should be the only focus. Empowering your inner circle. So when you go outside of that circle, people can feel that empowerment. You're not lying to somebody when you're giving them advice. Plus, I don't want to give people advice. You're just going to add advice to someone's life without even knowing it. Give people guidance. Give them a little nudge. You know, like a pinball machine. Nah, pinball machines got shit set up to where if you hit something, you pop out on this side, it kind of influences the ball to go this way, that way, up, down. Just give somebody a little nudge. You're a little heavier than a pinball. You get what I'm saying? It's just a metaphor. Act as a guide. Don't try to give people advice, because that's just how I look at words. I don't even like the word advice, because it seems like you're just adding advice to people's lives without even knowing it. Nope, I want to give you guidance. And I want to challenge you in a positive manner. For you to shed your old self off, a little bit of it at least. To elevate. That's what I feel like our religion is about anyway. Shedding your old self to become a better version of yourself. To be an example. To become a better example. To just keep doing that shit over and over again. Until you're like, man, I'm so good of an example. I can just fucking walk around and people can feel the example off of me. I don't even got to explain it. You can just see it. People will start pointing at you and be like, man, that guy's doing really well. That girl's doing really well. People are just going to start to point at you as if you're a star already. As if you're a star already. You don't have to be a superstar to be a superstar. At least not what they selling you. I hope I'm getting through to somebody. Hope I'm getting through to somebody, man. CJ, very good answer, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Very good answer. Very good answer. What do you believe in? Is there something you believe in that you want to pass on to your spouse, your children, your grandchildren, and your parents to maybe help them with life? What do you believe in? Is there what helps ground you every day? It doesn't have to necessarily be spirituality or religion. If it's not none of those, that's cool. But if it falls into one of those, then what is it? But it doesn't have to be. It can be simple principles. Some people just live off fucking principles, man. And that shit works too. I'm gonna sit here and act like it don't. Alright? Some people have great lives living off principles. How could you blame some? Think about this. If you grew up and never heard the word God, but you heard principle and law and morals, is that not God-like? Someone who treats you with respect when they see you? Someone who doesn't talk until they're spoken to at certain points? I had to press the live button to talk to y'all for it to make sense. So, other than me pressing live and talking to y'all already, I try to talk when I'm spoken to, unless I'm greeting myself to someone. What do you believe in, CJ? Something you believe in, man. I just wanna know. Baby, I don't what's up this way. CJ, you there? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Let me see, hold on, because sometimes I can't see the comments for some reason. Make me my breath. All right, y'all. It's almost been an hour. And I'm about to get off here. Probably watch some movies or something. Action movies. Play some chess on my phone. I died earlier today. No. I didn't pass out and wake up. I took a nap. It's a form of death. That's why dying means nothing. I'm just going to be asleep for a very, very, very long time. But I want y'all to know something. For the people who truly took this live serious, I appreciate it so much. It showed me that humanity has a small portion of it that does give a fuck about themselves. That cares about their family. That cares about the community. That cares about people. That cares about themselves being a better person in order to exert that and self-project being better. I appreciate y'all, seriously, man. Now, you might see me go back and talk about some bullshit. Not gonna lie to you. But guess what I'm gonna do now? From here on out, I am going to try to find topics to where I'm gonna, and I've been doing this recently before I even did this live. I'm gonna try to spin this shit, man, so we can get some positive about this negative. Transmutation. Till next time.